Ooh, welcome to Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is August the 30th, 2025. We're going to be talking about Friday Night Smackdown because, ladies and gentlemen, we had an interesting Smackdown. They were in France and it started early. I need to stop looking at the graphics when they said 8 o'clock Eastern Time. It's never Eastern Time. I didn't remember that because they've been in France before and I watched it early before, so I don't know why I don't remember that part. But we got it. I did watch it. Was on time. It started at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was on time. I was watching some WWE off of Netflix, watching Fastlane 2018, I believe. And I guess I was, and then my notification pop up saying one of live events coming up. I thought that was happening on 8 o'clock, but it's happening at 2 o'clock. So we got interesting Friday Night SmackDown. We found out no one contenders to the WWE Tag Team titles for this Sunday. Clash in Paris, not at the castle. Clash in Paris against the Y6. We had a championship match where you had two. I'll tell you guys more about the first one. But we have some segments and a lot of swearing. Some swear words I never heard a lot of WWE superstars say. We know we're not in the PG era because you're in the Netflix era. Sometimes you can swear, sometimes you can't. It sounds like the fans are not allowed swearing because they get censored. But the wrestler is allowed to call people names. I don't know why, but yeah. We have Drew McIntyre coming out, and he still wants to know what, the medical updates of Cody Rhodes. Well, we found out what is the medical update and why Cody Rhodes did not show up the last couple weeks. Because Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes welcome a newborn to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not know Brandy Rhodes was pregnant. Nobody said anything. I didn't hear about the news. But congrats to Brandy Rhodes and Cody Rhodes. I guess that's the medical updates of Cody Rhodes and why he did not show up the last couple weeks. And he might not show up this Sunday at Clash in Paris because of that. And he doesn't have a match. So I don't know what else is going to happen there. At least they have one world title, right? At least they have the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Just like the tag team titles, they didn't have, before this whole No Contenders thing happened, they didn't have no tag team titles on the line. Even the women's tag team titles was on the line. So I'm happy that they put some tag team titles on the line. Do they have mid-card titles? They do have Intercontinental, right? No, they don't. That's next this Monday that's coming up. That's not this Sundays. So they don't have any mid-card titles. Well, they do have the women's mid-card title. That's the Women's Intercontinental Championship. So we got Drew McIntyre coming out and trying to ask for the medical updates. And those like Michael Cole and Wade Barrett was doing Smackdown this week because everybody doesn't show up in the UK. But Michael and Wade Barrett will be doing the commentating for Clash in Paris, so maybe that's why they did it on SmackDown. That's why they both did SmackDown. They did it the last couple of times when they were doing a UK show, and their PLE in the UK was on the weekend, so Wade and Michael Cole was doing the commentating on SmackDown. So they need one of the SmackDown commentators still to be there, like. They need Joe Tessitore or they need Wade Barrett. And they didn't need Joe. They got Wade Barrett. Mostly Joe doesn't do the PLEs. He doesn't commentate those. He commentates SmackDown mostly. So we got Drew McIntyre coming out. I know I said that already. We had him coming out and talk about Randy Orton. He doesn't want to fight Randy Orton. He wants to talk to Randy. And the fans was going nuts about Randy, so Drew says, make the people happy and let them sing your song. Randy Orton came out, the fans, I even sang as well, Randy Orton's theme song. But the whole story here is that Drew McIntyre says, if you attacked me for yourself last week, that's fine. If you attack me because of SummerSlam, that's fine too. But if you attack me because of Cody Rhodes, he says, that's not fine. Because he told Randy Orton that Cody Rhodes is not your friend. He's just using you and all that stuff. He's trying to make him as the bad guy and trying to make Randy Orton betray Cody Rhodes. But Randy Orton says, I attacked you because you are it starts with a P, and I can't say the word on YouTube because I might get in trouble. So it starts with a P, and Randy got headbutted by Drew McIntyre and all that stuff. And then Randy was about to punt Drew McIntyre until the producers came out. And Hurricane, I don't know why he was the only producer. There was security and a producer. Hurricane was the only producer that came to the ring to stop Randy. Randy said, okay, I had enough. And then he RKOs all the securities. And then Hurricane just hides his face. And Randy says, you're safe. Until he did an RKO on Hurricane. And then he was about to punt Drew McIntyre again because Drew was right there, ready to get punted. Randy was about to punt him, but Drew McIntyre ran away. Nick is not happy with Randy, so Randy says, he got him a gift. It's the whiskey bottle that he always had. He'd been trying to prank Cody Rhodes the last couple of months with his whiskey bottle. It's their sponsorship, and R-Truth said, oh, look what you have there. Are you going to drink this? And Nick says, yeah, Trip, I am, because the night I had, yeah. And he said, my bet. So that's what's the funny thing, and I guess we're going to have another feud between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre when Cody Rhodes is allowed to come back, being a father to the newborn. I guess we're having the replacement from Randy Orton. I don't hate it. Drew and Randy needs to end their rivalry somehow. I know they did it in the pandemic inside the Hell in a Cell, but now Randy's the good guy, Drew McIntyre is the bad guy. They need to figure out how to end the rivalry because I don't think SummerSlam should be the reason to end the rivalry because he beat up Jelly Roll. It has to be Randy versus Drew McIntyre, not Randy and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. That's not how you end a dang rivalry. Look what they did with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. End it the right way. Well, we got Logan Paul to start off Friday Night Smackdown. He talking trash to John Cena, and he says that he's the draw for the WWE. WWE is lucky to have him because he says because of how famous he is, he's the one that got the deal for the WWE on Netflix, and the deal for the WWE and ESPN. I don't think Logan Paul did that. I don't think it was because of him. I think it was because of the WWE and the WWE Universe, not because of Logan Paul. Remember, Logan Paul, he's not the first ever Paul that was on Netflix. Jake Paul was the first ever Paul that was on Netflix when he had his boxing match on Netflix against Mike Tyson. Not Logan Paul. So why would Netflix care what Logan Paul has to say? You were on Netflix. Jake Paul was. So Jake Paul should be the one saying, I got you there. Not Logan Paul. John Cena came out and he roasted Logan Paul, saying that, no, you didn't do this. You didn't put us on the map with Netflix and ESPN. Because he says there was a list of top YouTubers. He named some. He named I Shall Speed, the KCNet. I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry, dude, if I say your name wrong. But it says, Logan Paul, your name was not on that list. It looked like you were not even existed. So John Cena called him fake and all that stuff. And he says, this is the real thing. So he went outside the ring. He says, learn learn something. So he got in the ring. He says, you have to say sorry for your past and tell them, I'm sorry, I'm having a bad day. So he went to a kid. And it was the same kid that when John Cena, his first night on Raw as a heel, and he made a kid cry because he's saying this was a bad relationship, a toxic relationship, and there was a kid was crying and he roasted the kid too. So he hugged the kid and he says, I'm sorry, I was having a bad day. I think the kid only cared about getting a picture with John Cena. And that's what John Cena did, and that's how you end it. Logan Paul, is he fake? Or can he actually be a wrestler? I'm not a big fan of Logan Paul, but Logan, you just got schooled by John Cena. But people want to know, what in the world did Brock Lesnar have to say to John Cena? We still don't know. And I just noticed this. Well, people have been showing this on social media. When Logan Paul knocked out John Cena at the end of the show last week, there was two versions of it. The version that I saw is that Cena got attacked. Logan Paul was running straight ahead. But on TV, Logan Paul shoves Nick Aldis away through the door and then knocks John Cena out. Why in the world was there two different versions of it? Because the TV had a different version than what we got. So John Cena was here and Logan Paul just ran straight and punched him in the face. That's what I saw. And then I saw on the video package that Nick Aldis was in front of Logan Paul. He ran through the door straight ahead, and then punched Cena in the head. I don't know why there was two different versions of it. That was weird. I thought they were lying, but I guess it wasn't, because I remember what I saw and what I watched last week. So I was surprised that they actually did that. I don't remember they ever had two versions of a scene for different channels. Because I was watching on Netflix and people are watching on TV, and I guess some people have seen it on Netflix, or some people from Netflix saw on TV and see the difference. So that's weird. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we were supposed to have a women's tag team match with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss defending their tag team titles against Chelsea Green and Alba Fire. I don't know where Piper Niven was. But Chelsea Green and Alba Fire attacked Alexa Bliss when they were doing their entrance and attacked Charlotte Flair's leg. And she couldn't wrestle. So they changed it to a one-on-one match, Alexa Bliss versus Chelsea Green. Of course, Alba Fire was helping out. But the winner of that match was Alexa Bliss. But after the match, Alba Fire and Chelsea Green was attacking Alexa Bliss after the match. And then you saw Charlotte Flair limping to the ring and tried her best to get attack Chelsea Green and Alba Fire. But it was a little too much because her leg was too much. Both Bliss and Charlotte Flair got attacked by Chelsea and Alba Fire and was laying while Chelsea and Alba Fire was standing tall. Michin versus Kiana James. I can't say much about this match. It was short. If Michin wins this match, she gets a shot at the Women's United States title against Julia. If she gets through Kiana James, the winner of that match was Michin in seconds. I didn't count the seconds, but she won in seconds. But I don't think the celebration got cut. It got cut short because Julia and Kiana James, mostly Julia, attacked Michin and then slammed Michin's head onto the steel steps. Well, we have a known contendership to the WWE Tag Team titles, the Street Profits versus Mellow Adult Miz. But we saw Bo Dallas talking to both tag teams and trying to do mind games and see if these guys are actual tag teams. Are they actually brothers? Mostly for Street Profits with the brother thing. But can they trust their teammates if they lose? It was weird to see Bo Dallas not as Uncle Howdy. Well, this match was a pretty decent match. I enjoyed it. Street Profits and Miz and Carmelo Hayes was doing great moves. Awesome teamwork. But out of nowhere, the Wyatt Six start running to the announce table. Michael Cole was funny, saying, "Why?" I think Wade Barrett was grabbing him because he got scared. Michael Cole says, "Why are you grabbing me?" And all that stuff. But Miz was looking at the Wyatt Six and he was terrified because remember on Raw, the Wyatt Six targeted the Miz. And he got scared. Carmelo Hayes trying to go for a tag, but Miz got hit off the turnbuckle. And then the winner of that match were the Street Profits. They had to stare down whip the Wyatt Six because they have a shot of the tag team titles at Clash in Paris. It was crazy. But we got Sami Zayn will be versing Solo Sikoa for the United States Championship. The MFTs try to help their leader. But their leader, it didn't really help very well because, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Uso came out to help Sami Zayn. And when Jimmy Uso had a little problem, Jacob Fatu came out trying to attack Tala Tonga. And then they fought through the audience. There's 5 of them. I don't know how much people are there. 5 guys, all 5 of those guys went to the audience and start fighting backstage. And then we had Sami Zayn versus Solo. I thought we were going to see Tama Tonga making his return. But no, we saw Sami do 2 hula kicks and win his very first ever WWE's United States Championship. My God. Sami is now 1 title away to be a Grand Slam champion. That's crazy, guys. They actually let Sami win the United States title. I thought there was going to be some shenanigans. They were, but Sami overbeat it. Overtake it. I don't know what the word was. But he actually won the match, and now he's the United States champion. The Canadian holding the United States title. Oh, man. It was a great show. I thought it was pretty cool. It was good. But, ladies and gentlemen, we got this Sunday, Clash in Paris. That starts at 2 o'clock again. I need to try to remember that. 2 o'clock, Clash in Paris. Will we see any surprises? The surprise for me will be Joe Hendry. Because he showed up in the WWE Live events. And he was at UK. So he could be still at the UK. Because remember, TNA Wrestling, their Impact shows, they're taped. So that could be before he went to the UK. When he got attacked by Eric Young. I don't think it wasn't live. It was taped. So, yeah, I wonder if Joe Hendry will show up. Maybe we have some random segment. Maybe with Grayson Waller. Or The Miz, because that's who Joe Hendry beat at Manchester. Maybe we get Joe Hendry and we actually get a match between those guys. On live TV. That would be crazy to see. See a TNA star show up. I would love to see France go nuts because of Joe Hendry shows up. You want France to go nuts? Bring Joe Hendry, guys. I love these fans. These fans are amazing because they go nuts for everything. The United States fans, they don't cheer for anything or boo anything. They don't go nuts. You want them go nuts. That's why you buy a ticket. You want to lose your boys. I'm losing my boys right now and I'm not even at wrestling. But you want to lose your boys. What's the point of buying a ticket and just sit there and watch the show? You can do that in your own home. I yell sometimes too, but you can't really hear me because everybody else is louder than me. But yeah, I don't know why you guys, some people just sit there and just watch the show. It's like they're watching TV. It's not watching TV. You're there live, going nuts. You're supposed to go nuts. I just saw sun come in my window. I'm not happy because summer is not over yet. I'm still sweating. I don't like it. I have my fan on me, but there you go. I did not put it on the high setting. But ladies and gentlemen, yeah, that's all for me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I will see you guys maybe Sunday. I don't know. See when it starts. It starts at 2. When it ends. Maybe I will just upload it on Monday. So yeah, that's all for me today. Tell us out. See you Sunday or Monday. Tell us out. Bye.